Yeah.
Right, cool. Okay, let's go.
5,
Four,
3,
two,
1. Hello.
welcome. Welcome to Lockdown We Hope It's Chips. I'm Will Hodgson.
I'm Mark Fortune. How you doing?
Well, encapsulated in me own flat and staying up late watching telly and gaining a preposterous amount of weight. It's basically like my university days over
It is
again.
a bit. It is a.
You're right there, Mark. He's gone.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I'm better now.
Cool. What happened there?
Well, my big brown hands got in the way.
I thought you'd fallen over. Where your phone
No.
over there, I thought you'd fallen over.
No. Well, it did, but then I picked it up. It's fine. I'm good now.
Cool. How are you coping with the lockdown, Forch?
I'm all right. It's getting a bit. It's getting a bit more than a couple of weeks off work now. It's getting a bit monotonous.
The novelty's long worn off now, hasn't it?
Yeah, but we got to keep spirits up with it.
Well, we have to, because you have to look on the bright side of these situations. This could be worse than it is. Shit though it is, it could be could be worse. So I'm not working. You're not working either at the minute, are you, Forge? Both of our jobs rely on interaction with the public. Obviously, I'm a barber and comedian, and so obviously the comedy circuit is in total shutdown, and so as is barbering, because you'd have to be absolutely radio fucking rental to be touching people's faces in the current climate. So I'm on like, is it that's not furlough really, is it? Just on
pause.
On pause. And obviously Fortune's furniture repair is on hiatus, presumably as well. I suppose unless you damage some furniture in your own house, you could repair it.
I don't fix furniture in my own house. Well, we'll just let it rot.
You've got like everything with like foam pissing out of every single
chair. Who wants to take a busman's holiday, mate? Why would I do that? Anyway, what have you learnt any new skills? In the 5 weeks, 3 weeks you've had off work.
I've sort of learned how to work Zoom, and that has been the sole new skill that I've learned. And it's none whatsoever. I've been trying to revisit old skills. I've been doing a bit of drawing, and I've been doing a bit of writing. But you've been learning new skills, though, have you not, Forge?
I've been. Well, this is the thing. See, I've been trying to learn the drums. I've got a really small tabletop electric drum kit, which is quite loud.
I'm sure Sue's delighted that you've decided to take up the drums of all instruments during this time. Delighted. How loud is it?
Well, the good thing is you can play the song you want to play along to through the machine. It's like magic.
Yeah.
There's all these like wires you can put in. It's great.
And you're doing it at reasonable times as well.
Well, yeah, I do it in the morning.
Going at like animal at the fucking Muppets at like 4 a.m. or anything like that.
No. But if it gets too bad, you can put your headphones in, you see, because it's electric.
Right, I see. Because it's not like your neighbours could do fuck all anyway at this stage. So they come round banging on your door. You go, like, I'm afraid social distancing. You'll have to fucking do one.
Yeah. Done a bit of gardening. I've got a garden. I've done a bit of gardening, which I don't like gardening.
Has this been whole-assed gardening?
Well, it's not gardening, is it? It's just going out in the garden with a rake and a shovel and doing things.
Would you say it was whole-assed? 3/4-assed?
Half-assed.
Half-assed.
Half-assed. I've done everything half-assed.
I've been using none of my ass for anything, mate. None of my ass.
The thing I've learned most about myself and about this lockdown is all those things I was putting off when I was working because I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
It's not because I didn't have the time. It's because I couldn't be fucking bothered. Because I still haven't done it now, even though I've had loads of time.
Well, one of the things that we've not been able to do because of work has been this. It's been a year since we've done a Chips. Last episode of Chips was a review of Avengers Endgame. So it's been in excess of a year since we've done this. So if like one positive thing has come from the current apocalypse, it's been that we hope it's Chips is back. The lot. How are you? You doing your 30-minute walk a day?
Yeah.
It's
yeah, I am. Yeah.
I think Facebook called it Hancock's half hour, which I thought was quite good because what's his face, that fucking little wiener, Matt Hancock. He's the health secretary, so it's Hancock's half hour.
Yeah, that's quite sweet.
It is quite good, isn't it? Where you go? Do me Hancock's half hour.
What I have noticed is I haven't been to because when I'm working, I drive a lot, and I used the drive-throughs. Fried chicken, McDonald's, Burger King, Greg's, all that. I haven't had one of those for 4 weeks. I've not had a McDonald's in 4 weeks. Not had a fried chicken, but I've lost that amount of weight.
Fuck all.
Fuck all. Because I should be walking.
I've somehow gained. Well, see, I don't even drive, and I'm missing my drive-throughs. I don't. Obviously, I go with Sarah. I don't walk through them or anything. I've walked backwards through a McDonald's drive-through in a like, where the fuck's my sweet and sour McNugget sauce mission.
Well, why didn't you ask at the window? What are you talking about?
When you order sauce, it's the worst thing. It's you order nuggets. They go, what sauces? You tell them. They don't even fucking put it in half the time. They don't even put it in.
You drive back round the drive-through.
I get out of the car, I walk round, and
well, where's the car at this point?
Parked up. Then I'm like, where's my fucking sweet and sour sauce? I'm eating dry McNuggets for fuck's sake. They don't taste to fuck all unless you dip them in the fucking sweet and sour sauce. It's the worst fucking thing. And that's why they do it, because it's the worst thing in the fucking world. They think, like, how can I fuck with him? I know. Just won't put any sauce in. I think the amount of times I've had a complete order from a drive-through McDonald's, I could fucking count on one hand. There's always something.
I've got one sentence for you.
Yeah.
First world problem, that, mate.
Oh, it's the thing. I was like on the fucking. do you go on the Chippenham coronavirus page? Where there was someone was quite rightly saying about the people setting fucking fireworks off, which is like, can you imagine that? I'll set a fireworks off to like salute the NHS, and then like burn half my fucking arm off and waste the NHS's bloody time, like giving you a scheme for a crisis. But someone posted that. Someone goes, third world problems, with like one of those fucking faces that cunchies with the sunglasses on it. You know, the sort of like the smiley face of like people who do this a lot. Kind of thing. Third world problems. Mate, fucking.
No, like third world problems.
That's what exactly he was calling it. Third. He had it confused. He calls it. So obviously, this bloke. If you go like, if I was to say that to him at the drive, he'd go, third world problems to you, then thus making him the arsehole. It's good. We were going to do a twat or not a twat, a celebrity thing. I think in retrospect we could have done like the awards, the biggest feats of twattery you've seen during the crisis on the outside. Not of like actually naming people, because they're not people you know from Adam anyway. But if you had any doing your essential shop or your Hancock's half hour walk, have you encountered any penisy behaviour?
No, I do my walk about 10 o'clock when it's like going out for a walk at 10 o'clock now is like going out for a walk at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So 10 o'clock in the PM or the AM?
No, fucking AM. I don't get out of bed till fucking 11.
Well, I go out about 4 o'clock typically, and I go down. Like, I'm not even going to say where I go walking, because it's like you don't want people to go like, oh, I might fucking go down there with fucking my entire family and the pet and some fucking cartoon penguins perhaps, and fucking dawdle ass around there. But it's a lot of fucking, just like the pavements are narrow round here, and people are sort of like, people obviously think if they don't, like, if they walk, if you like stop couples, if you stop holding hands and just move into single file, let someone pass, that means that you're like fucking divorced or something like that.
It's the thing that this virus doesn't move sideways.
It's not. They think that someone's going to like fucking abscond with their fucking partner if they're not like physically fucking linked to them, and not people walking four abreast like they're in the fucking Warriors or something like that, single file. And they're all the one way. You think Tesco got a one way system, haven't they? And like, it's fucking anarchy.
I tell you what, every shop you go in is like walking around IKEA now.
except for I haven't been to Sainsbury's. Have you been to Chippenham Sainsbury's? I've not been because I heard like fucking.
Well, it is. They're all the fucking same, mate. Like I said before, I can't tell the difference between Aldi or Lidl at the best of times, but they seem to be the best ones to go around because you're in there purely to get potatoes, whatever you need.
Well, yes, I like the frivolities of your Sainsbury's and also Asda and all of that. I like to buy a lot of shit I don't need.
Well, you're in there perusing the DVDs in a fucking lockdown.
Yeah, I like to buy like a vinyl record and a Funko Pop of that if I'm actually doing essential shopping. I like to do that.
Do you ever go in the shop and pick something up and think, oh, and then you go and buy it, and you think, well, they're looking at me because I don't really need this fucking thing.
Oh God, tell me about it. It's the paranoia. You think like you don't want to be like, I think if I buy more than too much, and it's not the people in the shop, but it's like you're kind of in your Facebook vigilantes, and that we're all. I think I've been like a bit like that. I'll go out and people get on my tits outside and I'll go on Facebook and go fucking idiots round here. They're going to fucking kill us all and all that. But I feel like myself, I'm going in Gardener. I think if I'm not buying, if it's too much, then it's like, oh, you're fucking panic buying. And like, they ought to fucking burn his fucking house down with all of his fucking shit in it. And, or it's not enough. It's like, oh, how is that fucking essential? It's not buying enough. It'll just be fucking, it would just have like a thing where like a list of shit you like rationing, maybe, I don't know, but it's
that'll be next. If we're still in this position in August, that's what will be next.
Rationing.
Well, not rationing, just you can only go out and get bread, milk, potatoes, broccoli.
Why broccoli?
Fucking no, it's green, isn't it?
It's not as hardly essential broccoli. It's I just think there's. I went to Boots to get a prescription yesterday, and it was good. Their one-way system's really good, and then you get to the front, and then so you'll get some fucking gumbaggy fucking twat, just fucking what will just come like the opposite direction, and just fucking go past you, and that, and you feel like you've.
Do you know what I don't like about Boots?
What don't you like Boots?
The only reason I go in Boots is to buy nappies. And we buy a particular brand of nappies, a particular type. Suzanne always tells me, buy these nappies. I go in there, and there's a wall of fucking nappies everywhere, and there's no fucking, you can't get on the fucking internet in there.
Really?
So it confuses me every time. And I've got to send photos to Suzanne going, are these the right ones?
You ever tried doing a photo print in... I tried to do a photo print once in Boots for a anniversary present for Sarah, and I was going to get you can like get a photo off your phone and do a print of it, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh God, you might just stay in and just beat your head into the wall of your own house until you start to draw blood.
Right. Was that because of you or the system?
The system.
Was it?
The system. It was definitely not. You kind of thought of mine, but it's the fucking shit internet that you were on about in there. And God, do you want to know what Russia was like in the fucking 1970s getting food? Go and have, like, when this is all over, go and try and get a sandwich for your lunch from Boots, and you'll be fucking stood for fucking 75 minutes. There,
yeah.
Penising around that goes on in the. It's the slowest fucking queuing in the world, and the fucking worst of it is, it's like fucking But now they finally fucking sorted it out because they just get you in there and they just fucking, they want to have someone with a fucking stick just fucking hurrying people up. People standing in the, people do this thing where they stand, where you have to, it seems the thing to do is there must be classes fucking given in this, in somewhere that you fucking have to like bend down and look. So you have to make sure that your ass is touching the thing on the opposite side of you so you take up the entire fucking aisle. Or you can do the lean, put your feet by what you're looking at and lean back with a sort of foldy arm fucking Nuts magazine fucking I only stop for a ginster's fucking lad cunt sort of pose and then fucking bend right back and touch it that way. People don't just fucking, no one moves out of my fucking way as well. I'm always moving for people in fucking body warmers.
What?
I'm always moving for people in fucking body warmers. You think if you walked into the fuck off the road into the fucking Stingers to where are you going? Where are you going for? You're moving.
Well, I'm letting the missus and kids in. I'm going up to the my child's bedroom. Otherwise,
Dorothy's bedroom or Alice's.
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom house. There's Dorothy and Alice's room or my room. You don't want to go in there.
No.
So, hang on.
Anyway, basically everything's grinding my tits on the outside, mate. But it could be worse. It could be worse than this because we could be. Thank God we're locked down now in 2020 because we could be locked down. Imagine what if God forbid we were locked down in the 1980s? What if all this shit was going on in the 80s, Fortch? What
right? Are we getting in the time machine and going back to 1988 this age, or am I going back to 1988 when I was 15?
Let's try 1988. So what be more kind of? Let's try 1988 as we are now. So we're back to 1988, and I won't have. I would have only communicated with you by landline, possibly during this.
Well, this is the point. We've got all this. We've got this. We've got all this. I can look at you and I can talk to you.
What an age we live in.
It is. It's incredible, really. I mean, back in 1988, what we had one phone in the house.
Yeah. One phone in the house. And
one computer. A what?
And a computer. I had a BBC micro computer that I don't believe I could have really done any of this on.
Well, we had a CPC 464 Amstrad.
Oh, really?
25. Yeah, it used to take 25 minutes to load fucking Dragon Ninja. Imagine the kids now waiting 20 minutes to fucking play a game.
I've got a fucking arcade machine that I can play fucking bad dude versus Dragon.
Why are all these kids complaining? They've got nothing to do.
Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja is a classic, isn't it? It used to go at the beginning. It'd go something like rampant ninja crime, commonplace these days. White House, not the exception. Like a lot of ninja crime, isn't there? Like, right. Probably not at the White House. Why you'd fucking think not, wouldn't you? But Christ.
Yeah, but what used to get me about those games? They waste 10 minutes of the loading time loading a screen.
But these were state of the art graphics.
Wow.
Screens loading.
Yeah, with lines.
Yeah. Imagine even being locked down with like 2001 level internet. Which you wouldn't. You'd have to go to the library back then, and you'd get fuck all. And then some nerd would turn around and go, "It's America coming online." You'd be like, sort of great. Like I fucking spent £2 to fucking look at a dial-up thing.
What used to happen is you'd be downloading a bit of music off a fucking LimeWire or something like that, and then your missus would pick the phone up and fuck it all up.
Yeah. So we could be locked down then. But if it was, say, 1988, what on earth would we be doing?
Well, the video van wouldn't be coming round, would he?
No, he wouldn't. It'd be whatever's on the bloody tally or whatever videos you'd got. You'd like got yourself.
We won't be able to download any music. Our price to be shut.
Yeah, if you wanted to get a pirate video back then of the latest films, you had to get someone at Westinghouse to get you an unwatchable copy of it.
Yeah, very unwatchable copy of it. I don't even think you could buy videos back in them days, could you?
You could in 1988. In 1988, yeah, you could do. There was Woolworths, I think, were the first that started selling them at affordable prices. Because you could buy them, but they were like deliberately priced out. Originally, they were priced out of the markets. They cost about 100 fucking sheets, didn't they? Video, so that because of the rental thing. But Woolworths then started selling them for like a tenner or whatever, and that was thus the revolution.
Back in the day, tenner was a lot of money.
Yeah, so it wasn't like then it's later on you'd get like sort of cheapo kind of short ones with cartoons on for kids that you could buy that were like pocket money friendly purchases. But yeah, in 1988 you'd be talking because you've got like it was an extravagance video. An extravagant
we only had the one video player in the house, I think.
With no remote as well. You have to get up and push the things down like fucking piano keys.
I was the remote. That was me. I was the remote. Just fast forward these adverts for you.
Simon Bates. Was that about that Simon Bates coming up?
Simon Bates.
This film may contain the word, it's like sexual swear words and that. There's that Harry Enfield sketch, wasn't there, with Dave Nice doing it. They contain sexual swear words like bollocks and wanker.
Right. I've got a question for you about Simon Bates.
Yeah.
How did he last until 1993 on Radio 1?
Fuck knows. I read a story, someone, I think it was a Facebook post, someone said there was some kind of story about John Peel and Kid Jensen getting pissed and laying in wait outside Broadcasting House after a Christmas party with the intention of beating up Simon Bates. But he never come round, and then like they sobered up and thought better of it. But can you imagine getting beaten up?
If you YouTube old clips of him on Top of the Pops, he looks the most uncomfortable man ever to be on Top of the Pops.
He looks like uncomfortable people. If anyone stood within 2 bloody feet of his, is he dead? Simon Bates?
No, he's not dead.
I'm sure there was nothing suspect about him.
I'm sure there wasn't.
No.
I'm not even insinuating that he was. All I'm saying is he looked uncomfortable on Top of the Pop.
He did. Maybe that is what makes him not suspect. Maybe if he'd looked too fucking comfortable on there.
He used to have that. Was it R-Tune? Do you remember R-Tune?
No, so I'm aware of it, but no, I don't. I've never sort of. I don't.
R-Tune.
Yeah.
R-Tune was. Listeners would write in a heart-rending story. Normally, at the end of it, somebody would die.
Right.
And this is Radio 1 at fucking 11 o'clock on a fucking Tuesday morning.
Christ alive.
And then there was 9 times out of 10, it would be Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, that they play at the end. But this went on for years, and I think he's probably whatever radio station he's on now, he's probably still doing it. But I'm sure there was a lot of them that were made up, because you had people that would just have calamity after calamity, and lover after lover would die on me.
Like the confessions, all the stuff that Mayo used to present as fact on confessions.
Yeah,
it was clearly all, but some of them were just pub jokes that were being presented as someone's real experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
Hideous web of lies.
But that was before the time that do you remember when the BBC got done for doing all the lies? And not lies, what am I saying?
Doing all the lies?
Well, there was a thing where they had, on certain radio shows, if they couldn't get a member of the public to call in, they'd use a producer.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and all that bullshit had to stop. That's why 90% of the competitions on the radio just fucking stopped, because everyone had to stop doing it.
Well, I can see because this confessions thing. Because I've been on Mayo's show actually, and he was a nice bloke, but the confessions thing. It used to, like you told me a joke the other day, and I'd heard it as submitted as a fucking letter to confessions. That thing about the goat and the railway sleeper and the big hole.
Oh right, well, I've ruined that joke for everybody.
Tell everyone the joke for it. Tell everyone the joke for it. Just have a lockdown.
I'm not here to tell jokes. I'll save all my jokes for the pub when we get back in it.
Basically, the gist of it is someone was wrote into confessions, and they were claiming that they'd been camping out somewhere and been pissed and were chucking stuff down a big hole to hear the noise of it, and they chucked a railway sleeper down the hole, and then there was like a chain went like through the grass, and there was a goat attached by the neck, went like meh, and went down the fucking hole. And then the next day, the farmer was like, "Where the fuck's my goats?" And I chained him to a railway sleeper to stop him falling down the fucking hole.
Spoiled the joke. The joke is they chuck the sleeper in, turn around, and there's a goat running at them. And then the goat goes in the hole, and in the morning, the farmer says, "Where's the goat?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know. He's probably run off." Well, he couldn't have run off. He was tied to a railway sleeper.
Right. See, well, this. I was telling it how it was told on confessions, and it was like it was in the book as well, and there was like even a drawing of the goat going like meh, along the. Is that the noise goats make? I don't fucking know. Like going along sideways down the hole.
Talking about animals in fields, I have had a piss in a field with a big bull in it before, without seeing the bull before I started having a piss.
Fucking hell.
That was a long piss.
We comically wearing red underwear or something like that, which, as we know from cartoons, makes balls go fucking batshit. And
the thing is, I'd had a few beers the night before. Obviously, it was a party because we were in a field. I climbed over into another field to have a piss. I had a morning piss, the one that takes 20 minutes. And there's a bull fucking staring at me. That was the longest piss I've ever fucking had.
Did it do that? Did it do the fucking stunk, stunk, stunk snort thing like in a car? Did it get...
It had a big fucking ring in its nose.
Did it pull like a pencil sharpener type thing out of nowhere and not sharpen one of its horns with like opposable hooves before it charged at you, like in the Pink Panther thing where he's a matador?
What happened was it ran at me and missed and hit a tree and bent one round. Then he just bent it back.
With a disgruntled look on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the Pink Panther. Of course, as we know, it's the thing of when... I like it when... I know you enjoy it as well when bullfighters get maimed.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's the best
bulls, it's fucking great. But in cartoons, the bull will then stand up and be going like, thank you, like taking a bow with like people chucking flowers.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore, right, does it? Another load of fucking wankers come out and just stab it. What I like, my favourite bit is when you see the photos and you see the actual horn disappear into the anus.
Well, that's the best one. It's right get that fucking up here. Right up.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone right in there.
Yeah, if anyone's for some reason's a matador that's listening to this for whatever reason, sorry, but we don't like you and want you to be horribly injured, preferably in a anal fashion with the sharp end of them. Oh, if someone come in the pub and said they were a matador, I'd fucking rip their trousers or shirt off and goad them with it while you threw darts at them. And I think that'd be the fairest way of dealing with it.
Are they contractually obliged to wear that fucking uniform all the time?
It's just their cunts, and that's what they think. If they think I might as well wear a pair of cunts trousers.
They look a little bit like a Spanish Chelsea pensioner.
Does a little bit. It's a cunt's attire for a cunt's job.
What, a Chelsea pensioner?
No, not a Chelsea pensioner. No, not a fucking Chelsea pensioner. No, a matador, not a Chelsea pensioner. No. Fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. Ah. You could easily confuse the two apart from the Mickey Mouse ears hat that they wear.
They do wear a Mickey Mouse ears hat.
What's a toreador?
It's the same thing. It's just the same name. It's a different name, same cunt.
And one of them got a horse. There's a toreador on a horse?
I don't know. It's that film, isn't there, with Tommy Steele, Tommy the Toreador, where Tommy Steele, for some reason...
Toreador's on a horse.
Maybe that's what he does. That what he does then is that's a lot of that story about Tommy Steele that we hear in the pub sometimes. It's probably libelous to.
My mother used to know Tommy Steele, or so she said. She probably did.
Well, there's that whole thing. Actually, Tommy Steele's dead, so it's like there was an urban myth that I heard somewhere, or possible thing, that he was, when he was in Singing in the Rain on the West End, he was such an arsehole to the production staff that they all used to piss in the rain tank every night, so that he was like dancing around with their piss raining down on him, and like with an umbrella going like, I'm happy again, with like piss all over him and that, which is quite sorry?
He might have known and just thought, fuck it.
Maybe that was his thing.
Anyway, are we going to do any features?
Yes, we are. We're going to do the celebrity skip scuffle for a start. Now, the celebrity skip scuffle has been out of action for a little while. The celebrity skip scuffle, skip scuffle premise, 4 years since the skip scuffle.
Yeah, since the last week. So we're going to have a battle royale, I reckon.
We are. Now, the rules of the celebrity skip scuffle, this is like kind of like fantasy football, but it's fantasy pub. It's got a pub fighting, but pub fighting as it should be done, where it's outside. So if you're in our local and you were to say to someone, right, you and me outside now, the outside, I would say that outside now would be those skips opposite the pub that are next to Tesco. Would be the
right at the back of the carpet shop. Yeah.
But yeah, if you go like, oh, you fucking outside now, that's generally where you would head in that direction, because only an arsehole sullies the name of his local by brawling like a cunt in there.
But they've got to be in the pub having a pipe before, and then it all kicks off.
Yeah. So yeah, and then it's old school. It's over all the skips, shoes off, shirts off, jewellery off, and no hair pulling or kicking in the crotch. That's the rules of fighting. So it's celebrities. What if celebrities were to do this, who would win? Now, because we've not done it for years, we've decided to have a battle royale here, the battle of the 1980s Saturday morning TV show. So in the red corner of that skip, who have we got, Fortch?
Well, we've got the Tiswell's lot. We've got Tarrant. We've got Tarrant. We've got Sally James. We've got Lenny Emery, and I can't do that with a finger. I broke my finger years ago. What's his name? Spit the dog guy.
Carol G's and Spit the dog.
Wasn't there another guy?
Yeah, there was that bald guy, wasn't there?
Wasn't he the old iron guy?
There's Brian Gorman, wasn't there? And Frank Carson was in it as well. So you'd have to have like people on hand to make sure that Carson.
Well, let's just stick to the four of Tarrant, James,
Henry,
Carol G's, and Henry.
Carol G, and Spit the dog. We'll let him have Spit the dog, because I'm going to let. So in the blue corner, we've got Swap Shop. So we've got Edmonds.
Edmonds, my favourite.
Your favourite, Forge. Edmonds, Philbin, Chegwin, and
Craven.
Chegwin and Craven.
It's a no contest, isn't it?
Pause.
How does it start?
Well, John Craven, his reputation for violence is frightening. So how does it start?
Well, Tiswells are in the bar side of the old road.
They would be in the bar side, if not the pool. They'd be in the bar side doing shots.
BBC would be in the Swap Shop lot would be in the lounge.
Yeah. Annoying
Frank.
You as we sit around the bars, around the lounge side as well. And I don't know what would happen if you were in there and Edmonds fucking was to walk in. Perhaps you'd like, having had a few red stripes, you might think now's the time to tell Edmonds what I fucking think about him. And if he got all airy about it, and then maybe Craven was to wade in and go, if you want to fuck with my mate, you fuck with me, and then started menacing all of us, then it might be that Tarrant would see this from the other side of the bar and then come round and intervene and stop Craven using his frightening reputation for violence to intimidate innocent people.
Has he got a reputation for violence?
He does in this scenario, yes. I find it pleasing to imagine that John Craven could fuck shit up. That he'd like, if you were to fuck with him, you'd be like missing an eye or a nose or something like that at the end of the brawl.
He's country file, isn't he?
I thought you were accusing him of something fucking else. Just a second. He's country file, mate. He's country file. Yeah, but don't mean he can't fuck people up because he's country file. It's like, what, these fucking young farmers and that, they can break shit off, can't they? I reckon that Edmonds would start the fight. I reckon you'd start it with Edmonds and it would escalate, and then we would watch it having started it. So there's everyone's outside. Who's the weak links? I think are Chegwin. I think is the weak link out of the swap shop team. I can't imagine Cheggers being able to fight his way out of a wet paper bag, let alone survive Carol G's.
Craven and Carol G's would be the weak links.
Carol G's is quite a large guy, though, and he's also got a fierce dog on his side. And the swap shop lot have only got... Did you Google Posh Paws?
No.
The dinosaur thing. Let me do a fucking image search, see if I can show you Posh Paws. It's swap shop backwards, sort of.
What?
It's sort of swap shop backwards. First it comes out when I put Posh Paws in, is actually a load of fucking stuff to do with stuffed Disney animals and dog grooming parlours and stuff. I'm actually going to have to put Posh Paws, I have to specify which Posh Paws swap shop.
So if you type Posh Paws swap shop, is that like a...
Posh Paws is this.
Alex, shit. Yeah, well, Spit would just take him clean out because he's a real dog.
He's a fucking dinosaur, to be fair.
Right, I got a question. How the fuck did they get away with having a dog that spat at people?
Because it's hard ass ITV and not soft namby-pamby BBC. It was
he couldn't get away with that now, could he?
Well, especially not fucking now, because it'd be like...
not fucking now.
Like, the guy, you can't get coronavirus off of dogs, off a spit the dog, you fucking can.
I bet he's got a muzzle on. He's got a muzzle on now. He's dead. Dogs don't live that long.
There's Posh Paws with Edmonds.
Don't get rid of Edmonds. Get rid of him.
I reckon that obviously I would go for tag team rules with this rather than a mass brawl. And I would say that for as with wrestling rules, it would have to be Sally James and Maggie Philbin would only be able to fight each other, because I don't think there's any suggestion of that any of the others would raise their hand to a woman. So it'd be the.
Well, Sally James would win that, wouldn't she? There ain't nothing on Tomorrow's World that's going to help Maggie Philbin out, surely.
Well, what is Sally James's special power there?
Well, she got long boots. She's got big boots, didn't she?
She has got the big boots. She had a big boots.
She's still alive? She's still a thing?
Oh, she must be still alive.
Well, Tarrant and Emery are still alive. Emery's a big bloke. Emery's a big bloke. I've met him. He's about 6'6".
Yeah. He takes him kicking down there. I reckon Chegwin's got it in him to knock Henry down. I reckon if we start the start, I reckon Edmonds should lead. I reckon it'd have Tarrant versus Edmonds, the two leaders.
No, I think Edmonds would put everyone else in against everyone else, because he'd be too much of a shitty twat to go in and fight himself. So
it'd take two. I reckon it'd take two men to take Lenny Henry down.
Easily.
It'd take Craven and Edmonds, and maybe Chegwin getting a cowardly kick in when he was brought down. But I think he takes.
Tarrant's a bit of a big bloke as well, isn't he?
I reckon Tarrant could break some shit off if he was cornered. If we was to say we just seen Chris Tarrant somewhere randomly, we went up to him and started randomly assaulting him, I think he'd hold his own. I don't think he'd just stand there and let us do it. I think
the thing about Edmonds is I've never liked him. Never liked Edmonds.
You've never liked him, have you?
Never liked him. Even when I was little, I didn't like him. But Tarrant started off as somebody I liked, but he slowly morphed into that smug bloke. Do you know what I mean?
He is kind of. I'll tell you something. What another proviso I'd want on this, with this being the old road, is that while there was, if there was any, like suggestion of Sally James and Maggie Philbin fighting each other, I would want people on standby to stop any wanking from men of a certain age that might be in the bar, because I can see that some gentlemen of a certain vintage might see that and immediately begin furiously masturbating as Philbin and James were locking up. That is against the spirit of the celebrity skip scuffle. Having
no
like,
wanking.
No, I mean no wanking. Standing like, wait, no fucking wanking. Back in your.
You're going to police that, William? Are you going to police that? Because I ain't policing that.
I would. Like, you need someone with a fucking cold spoon or something like that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Against the spirit, having like four gammons furiously wanking, it's gonna.
Oi, you! Back in your pants! No! No! You're in with a drumstick.
There we go. Just the very implement for putting a stop to that kind of thing. I think Sally James probably would be the victor out of anything with her and Philbin, but then I think years of being married to Keith Chegwin could draw. They say a maniac has the strength of 10, and being married to Chegwin. I mean, Chegwin might be hard on the quiet, but I strongly doubt it. I can see Henry picking up Cheggers like a fucking javelin and just launching him into another weenie bin head first.
He'll end up in the back of B&M.
He'd launch you, just go right the way over, launch at a fair rate, and then you'd hear like a yelp and a splash.
Do you reckon Edmonds and Craven might take out Henry, leaving Edmonds and Tarrant to face it off alone?
I reckon at one point, I reckon Bob Carolgees have basically spit the dog. I'm basically thinking Cliff Booth here.
Who's Cliff Booth?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Sake.
Cliff Booth, Bob Carolgees would do. He would just go, I can't do the noise. Do the noise. Yeah, it does that, and then the noise of Brad Pitt setting his fierce dog on the mansion. Yeah.
Oh mate, that is a dream. That is a dream. Bob Carolgees is Cliff Booth.
Yeah.
Clicking his fucking lips and fucking
the dog. Spit the dogs on Edmonds.
Do the devil's work.
Dog food, yeah. And then then I think we could probably have Tarrant having a flamethrower that he keeps around the back of that he keeps in the barn of the old road.
If you've not seen Once Upon a Time in America, spoilers.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in America, shit house. You said Once Upon a Time in America. That's that film with De Niro. It's like 12 hours. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. 3 hours of it is just him fucking perving at that girl dancing when he's a kid, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a very strange film. I think I've not reached the age where I'd enjoy that film yet.
No, 4 hours of it is a fucking phone ringing. Then there's 10 hours of him sat in an opium den. It's I thought I'll watch this. I've never seen this. It was as much as I liked De Niro. This was absolutely. You'd think they'd just go like, you're not fucking releasing a fucking 17-hour fucking cut of a thing that is it's just fucking. What's Upon a Time in Hollywood is fucking ace though. So Carolgees, I think, might be the last man. I think Carolgees was Spit the Dog, Tarrant with a flamethrower, and then that's Fried Edmonds.
So I like that phrase, Fried Edmonds.
Yeah, Fried Edmonds. And who ordered the Fried Edmonds? And see Tarrant operating a flamethrower. I can imagine the look on his face.
That's
yeah.
Are you sure? Final answer?
Yeah. We go, here's your lifeline or something, and he'd be like, because it's not only Tiswas versus Swap Shop, but it's Deal or No Deal versus Millionaire. It's the battle.
Oh, well, Millionaire, really? Surely.
Have you seen that thing Quiz? The film Quiz?
No.
A watch. It changed my mind a bit about the about it. Well, it made me sort of think, like, it made me. I thought I had no knowledge of this, and I thought it was like a cut and dry thing, but it makes out that it's not as. It makes it more ambiguous.
Well, don't you think it's a bit odd ITV making that? The way they present
this is the thing that I find odd is that it's almost like. I suppose because they've got it's based on a play, and I suppose because they've got the rights to use the stuff, they were just like, we might as well, because it'll be but it must have had good ratings because there's been a lot of talk of it. So it's probably they just thought, like, well, fuck it, like. But it's very much on the side of the coffin. He's not the one doing the coffin major, as we all call it.
The major fella.
Yeah, it's very much like a defence of him, and it is actually quite convincing. But then you'd obviously then you think, like, he's found guilty, but then you don't see any of the prosecution case in it. You only see the defence summing up. And Tarrant reckoned that the prosecution summing up was what cemented it. So there's more to it than what you think, but then there's more to it than that as well. It's multi-layered, the layers of an artichoke, Fortch. It's worth a watch. So Ultimate Victors, the celebrity skip scuffle is Tiz was. Does the Phantom Flanflinger come into play at any point?
Well, he's a bit like the dealer in Deal or No Deal, isn't he? Nobody knows who he was.
He would attack at random, I think, the Phantom Flanflinger, and he would he'd go in the kitchen and he'd go to Steve, like, get me a china plate and a load of fucking drawing pins or something like that, and then he'd make like a fatal version of his custard pie out of stuff lying around in there. He'd get some kind of rock solid thing, and then he'd pie.
Did they try and sex Tiz was up, if I remember rightly?
That was OTT. That was the follow-up thing where they had Malcolm Hardy and that lot doing the balloon dance on it. Malcolm Hardy, the legendary and deceased alternative comedian, used to do this act with some other guys. So they had like they were like in the nuddy with balloons on them. They popped the balloons, and it was on OTT, and it was presented by the same team as Tiz was, but it was like Tiz was for adults. I think it got axed fairly early on.
Yeah, don't think the world was ready for it. Probably work now.
Oh, it would have been. It was very sort of 90s Channel 4, but in the 80s on ITV, I'm guessing. So very much like the forerunner of like The Word and remember the fucking girly show?
Yeah.
Sarah Cox and what's her face? It was the other one who ends up. He was always on doing the fucking car insurance adverts, Diamond Car Insurance.
Was she not a Sarah as well? The little one.
Yeah, with like red hair.
Yeah.
There must have been a third as well. Who was the third one? There was Sarah Cox.
She was a skinny American model. Really sort of. Oh, I can't remember her name. I've got no.
Whatever happened to Hufty off The Word?
Well, she had like 5 minutes, and then that was that.
It was Hufty, and then there was.
Did she win a prize to be a presenter? I think she. Yeah.
Danny Bear. What the fuck happened to Danny Bear?
Well, she made Babes in the Wood with the other cheeky Cockney Scampy.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't Danny Bear, mate. That was Babes in the Wood. No,
Babes in the Wood
was Denise Van Outen.
Yeah, Danny Bear.
So it was Denise Van Outen, Samantha J. It wasn't Danny Bear.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I don't reckon it was Danny Bear. It was an Amanda de Cadenet was the other.
Can I just say that you've frozen now?
No, I've not. You have.
Have I?
A little bit. Hang on. Right, Babes in the Wood, not Babes in the fucking Babes in the Wood sitcom. Not.
I'm sure Danny Bear was on it.
Babes in the Wood. It could have been. It was Denise Van Outen. Hang on. Coral fucking Howman was in it as well. Denise Van Outen, Samantha Janus, Natalie Walter. Who the fuck is Natalie Walter?
No idea.
Danny Bear was.
I'm sure she was in Summer.
Danny Bear's totally fucking different, mate. She's same age as you. She's 45. And Saturday show was rated R. Can't really down for
Right.
Last thing Danny Bear was in was All the Celebrity Get Me Out of Here in 2008 as herself.
Well, I'll be damned.
There we go. That was the last time Danny Bear was seen. So if you watched that shite, you'd have seen Danny Bear.
No. Is it about time to wrap this up?
It probably is, because you've frozen there, and I think we've reached the limit of Zoom. I think we've got through. We might do another one of these while the lockdown's on. We've got. Here we are. You're back. There's going to be a link on the. Any questions about anything? Obviously, like give us a message through the Facebook page. There's going to be a link on the Facebook page for basically like a sort of virtual bucket thing. I mean, we're both not working at the minute, so if you fancy buying us a virtual points, we'd be massively grateful for that. And there'll be a link on the thing if you'd like to do that. And I reckon that's us for now. But we'll probably be back before we're released, I would have thought, and unless there's fucking zombies or whatever. So we'll see you next time. I've been Will Hodgson.
I've been Mark Fortune. Cheers.
Thank you ever so much. Cheers.
Thanks for listening and watching and all that.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.